What is up, nerds? What's up, listeners? Welcome to Bonus Stage. My name is Josh, and I'm hanging out here with the coolest guys that you would ever know, the Tiberian Sons, of course. How's it going, guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good to be
yeah.
here.
There we go. Not to be confused with the Tiberian fathers or the Tiberian uncles. Um, just got to kick things off, and of course, we're all here to celebrate the release of your latest EP, the only, the only winning move. Yeah. So strategically, I don't know. Let's just get a little bit ethereal here. What is the only winning move? Like strategically, what's the God? I guess the what's the not Shang Tsung. That's Mortal Kombat. Anyway,
Max, I'll let you answer this one.
Yeah. So, of course, the only winning move is not to play any music except ours. We want all your attention. We want all your listening time. We want all your money.
it's the only winning move. So if you want to win, just like the Tiberian Sons win at everything that they do, then you've got to hear this latest album. This is, I gotta say, this release has been, it feels like, at least, kind of like a long time coming. The last release we saw from you guys was back in 2016, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to count the Command and Conquer remastered soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as
That's
far as like our stuff goes, that's the last thing we've put out. I mean, we have had releases through Dwelling of Duels, which is kind of where a lot of these things just kind of start. But yeah, like most of these, actually, I think all of these started out as DoD tracks, but they are new and improved and have everybody playing. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we don't want to discount your work with one Frank Klepacki at all. But it's nice to see you guys doing your thing, and yeah, of course, keeping busy with Dwelling of Duels. I mean, that's always quality stuff. You guys regularly pump out some A-class stuff, and usually come out on top in terms of competition there. That's no question at all. Yeah.
Except
So
for last month.
well, okay. Last month's that number one track, that was just comedy gold and musical genius all rolled into one sexy burrito.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was well deserved, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We didn't stand a chance.
Oh, hey, maybe there's a collab brewing there. But yeah. So what happened with the only winning move? What was kind of like the genesis to put this EP all together?
So like we have been thinking about, like ramping up our output for a while now, and we've thought about doing like smaller releases. Like we could have waited until we had like 9 or 10, of our other remixes and put that out, but we just kind of want to get more stuff out there. And so we had these tracks, pretty much fully produced, sounds like up to date for our stuff. And then the only thing that needed to happen was like have like Travis record drums on all of them, Max do bass on a couple extras, and like I did extra rhythms on Jump Up Superstar. But we have a plan to release a lot of stuff, and we definitely wanted to get those things out the door because again, we haven't released something of our own since 2016.
Nice, definitely. Well, I mean, as far as taking care of your backlog, I mean, I'm pretty sure most gamers can sympathize with that. This is an excellent offering. You got 4 solid tracks on here. None of them are shy on length, so even though it's just a 4-track EP, I mean, you're still offering like a lot of music, a lot of shredding, a lot of great production for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to say anything more about it before we dig into our first track here?
Well, let's give it a listen.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Well, here's the first track off of The Only Winning Move. This is Halloween, a cover from Hollow Knight. Let's listen. You guys are just like always so like full sounding and over the top. It's just kind of
Yes.
like your signature sound. I'm curious who handles all of the orchestration. How does that kind of fit into your production process?
Well, so like I arrange, I've arranged most of the songs, but Connor has done a handful as well. So like one of the tracks later, like Connor did all the orchestration on, like the one that he arranged. So um on these tracks, like the first three were arranged by me, and I tend to handle most of the orchestration. Now like Connor's composer, Travis is a composer, and we all have like Hollywood strings and brass libraries that we're all using. So when we work on stuff together, it's the same sounds, and it's easier for us to the plan is for us to be able to put that stuff together and work on different things and put them all together.
Yeah, that's part of what we just kind of had to kick ourselves. Like we have like a bunch of like full-fledged producers in this band, and we're not cranking it out. It's like let's crank some
Right.
stuff out this year. So there's actually a lot, I guess, finished actually already that's not released. So maybe we'll talk more about that. But
Yes.
we're cranking it out.
We are cranking. we're cranking hard.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I also wanted to touch on Hollow Knight. I haven't actually played the game myself, but has everybody else here played Hollow Knight? Oh, I got a scoff. I got a firm scoff from Travis there.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I played it. Well, I started playing it after I did the song. Basically, this was a friend of mine sent this song to me and was like, "Dude, you got to do this." And it was perfect timing because this was originally for Dueling of Duels, January 2021. What would have been MagFest. So it's yeah, like friend sent me that like November, December right before, and was like, this is awesome. It's like it was written for Tiberian Sons. So I'm going to arrange this for MagFest DoD. And Travis helped me with some of the transcription. He was going to do. I don't even remember what happened, Travis. Like you were going to do drums, but I think something happened. Maybe like you had like send back your drum module or something.
Oh God, yeah, I think that was in the midst of my gear exchanging adventure. Yeah, trying to get all
Wait,
my latency stuff
Wait, that
down.
broke too? Oh man.
Yes, yeah.
F's in chat for broken gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Travis breaks everything.
That wasn't a broken gear. That was when, yes, I think this is one of the first tracks that I recorded for with the new hybrid kit. So rather than miking everything up, so I'm using a Roland VAD for the drums, and you can sort of see some of it back there. Then acoustic cymbals, and so I'd kind of been on this quest for zero latency, and that was one of my big problems, was trying to get the right setup to get everything to work smoothly. And I recorded a couple of tracks where I'd mute myself and play to a track and then shift everything over because the latency was so bad. So that was in the midst of all that stuff, but solved today. So
Yes.
yeah, God.
Yeah, I saw some people commenting about like the whole Danny Elfman isms in the beginning there. So that's obviously deliberate, hence the title being a reference to This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. But basically, like the intro is more or less like original, and it started because it was like the I kind of want to. I started with like the style of the theme from Hollow Knight. Kind of was really kind of this cool, ambient, dramatic, orchestral thing. But I didn't use the actual theme in the arrangement. Instead, I just kind of went with the melodies and stuff from the track that I did arrange. And as I was working through it, I was like, oh, this is kind of turning Danny Elfman-y. And so that's why I went with the title, and deliberately I wanted to make it sound, because like the Hollow Knight game gives off like a lot of kind of like Tim Burton vibes. I think so. I think it was appropriate.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
logical conclusion. The only winning move. There we go. We're gonna get that in each time, I swear. So then, I guess, oh, gosh. So you said that you, Tony, played the game after working on the arrangement. When you got to that part in the game, how did it feel? After, especially like working on the cover in your own style. Like, how did it feel to get to that part of the game and to play it?
I mean, it's awesome. However, I have not beaten that boss because I am not particularly good at Hollow Knight.
That's where I got stuck too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. Hollow Knight is not known for being easy.
No.
So we won't expect you guys to cover any tracks that are later in the game.
That's right. From that point.
Yeah. that's where the game ends. All right, and roll credits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We should cover the Dark Souls menu theme.
Because that's as far as you're gonna get.
Some character creation music. Yeah. Oh God. Well, we don't want to roll credits yet because we are just one track into this glorious EP, and we have the second track is from I won't say completely obscure. I feel like there's a lot of people who have some good nerd cred in this crowd, but Ys is kind of like a obscure fantasy series. Going all the way back to Ys II as well. That's quite a stretch. I haven't played any of the Ys series myself, but Ys II, that was like released in 1988. And I'm really impressed with the way that you guys have kind of like taken your orchestral metal approach to something that of that date. I'm also happy to see that Frank Klepacki made it onto your album.
That's right. That's right. He did. Let's not say what it is, but it's in this track.
Nice.
We'll talk about it after we're done.
Awesome. All right. Without any further surprises spoiled, this is Yista La Vista from Ys II. Let's listen.
Hasta la vista, baby. be back.
Oh, I love that you guys ended that one with the Terminator hits there.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I
should have seen us play
explained
on
this
tape.
song. Explain the song a little bit. So yeah, so it is. This is actually the one of like the oldest arrangement on the album. This was originally done back for a DoD in like 2011, and because the rest of these tracks were super recent, I wanted to redo like one of our old ones. We played this one at MagFest 2017. Was that right? I think.
Yeah,
We played this
I think so.
one then, yeah. And so basically, the original song, and I think this song has actually been on pretty much like every Ys game, but it's called Termination. So of course, being punny, had to put in quotes from the Terminator, musical quotes, and then Arnold quotes. But of course, like it was probably the most risky move to keep the quotes from the Terminator movies in this. So we had good old Frank Lepacki, who's pretty good at impressions, re-record those. Record those quotes at the beginning and the end. So that is Frank Lepacki's contribution to this 4-track EP.
Got him on there. Right on.
I love that. And then when we recorded that, I love how many takes he sent. It's like, I just wanted to make sure you had
Well,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
and Frank, like, he's like, I gave you a couple versions. Like, here's a dry one, but here's one where I tried to recreate the background noise from the movie. I was like, cool, man. Yeah, great.
Over and over the top, yeah, above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Professional through and through.
right. Yep.
Yeah. Did we mention that Frank is awesome to work with? Because he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Frank's the best. Frank's
Best
absolutely
dude.
the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he seems like a really genuine guy.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Nice. Well, who here has played Ys II?
Nope.
You got me on this one. Yeah.
No, this is another thing where a friend sent me the song. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. And it's, but I really like Yuzo Koshiro. Like his Yuzo's music is fantastic. Like everything he writes is just magnificent. So yeah, somebody sent me the song. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I mean, that's like how that's how I'm gonna say at least half of the arrangements that I do for the Tiberian Sons start. It was like friends sending me the song first, and then I do it, and then I play the game later.
I think Max knew about the Thunder Force games, right? But
Yeah.
the reason I started that arrangement from this is our first album, but from that one was same thing. I just came across it when I was trying to share a different arrangement of mine, and people were talking about on a forum online. I was like, oh, what is this? I just came across it, got stuck in my head, had to do it, It's funny how that happens.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know, that's a similar vibe shared by many people in the VGM community. I mean, like, I know Runaway 4 is guilty of it. Like, people just latch on to great music and they know how to appreciate it and how to give it good tribute. And yeah.
Wait, you mean you haven't actually played Star Soldier Vanishing Earth from the Nintendo 64?
No, I did play that. I played it through a couple times actually, but only after the fact.
Wow.
I love a good shmup. What can I say? Oh man. All right. Well, that was Ys II. Amazing. I kind of wanted to ask about the translation because I mean, like musically, like from the sound and stuff. I know that usually the Ys soundtracks have some pretty intricate movements and stuff like that. But like, what was it like to translate whatever boopiness you got from the original sound to what you guys do?
Oh man. I think the version that I was referencing, because like those games have been on all sorts of different platforms, and each platform has a pretty radically different interpretation of each of the soundtracks. The one I don't remember exactly which version I was referencing. It was definitely one of like it wasn't Commodore. It was like
Amiga or something.
Yeah, maybe what Max said, but basically it kind of had some like MIDI guitar sounds, to it, and so I just kind of start there with what's there, and then just kind of add to the riffs. But I mean, a lot of the stuff in these arrangements come from the songs. Like I tend to be actually fairly conservative with source material. In a lot of these arrangements.
Mhm. Nice. Well, you answered my question thoroughly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great. Well, we've got we're halfway through this epic track, and for the next one, you guys went all out and prepared an incredible video production for this as well. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to preface that, before we dig into this juicy piece of visual candy?
Just let it roll, man.
Just let it roll.
Experience it. Going blind.
If you haven't experienced this yet, you're in for a real treat, folks. This is this is from Ace Combat 7. It's called Devil's Spear. Devil's Spear. Enjoy. I mean, we could just stop the show there. I mean, that's just like that's the most epic that you could possibly get, right? How do you top that? Like, why is that not the last track on the album? What's supposed to come next?
Well, you will see.
Watch us.
You will hear. It's yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know where to start. I mean, like, obviously the arrangement is epic. You had some incredible talent to collaborate with on that one. John Stacy, of course,
Yep.
excellent horn player. He played all the brass instruments on that.
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
how many brass instruments does he play?
Yes.
All
All of
yes.
them?
Yeah, all of them.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah. No, like so this I feel like this particular arrangement was actually kind of a turning point for us. Basically like well first of all I should before I go off on a tangent, definitely need to shout out to Val Nuccio, amazing vocalist. For doing that. Unbelievable. And yes, John Stacy playing brass on that. Yeah, so John and I are collaborating, have collaborated a lot, and we have plans for a lot more stuff. But you know, like, so this song I felt was kind of like a turning point for us, and kind of has led to the stuff we're working on now, where like up until that point, like everything that we had done was this very like dark, evil, you know, bombastic, explosive final boss theme. And when
And more purely orchestral too, I'd say.
yeah. And so when we decided to do this, it's just like we love the Ace Combat music, and like there's so many good songs on the soundtracks, and it was just a completely different vibe, but I loved how it turned out, and Max and I are particularly are big fans of the Ace Combat soundtracks, and we love the games. We're like really into the lore and everything, and so like that arrangement and the video edit was really our way of expressing like how much we enjoy those games, and like what they mean to us, and what they do to us, like when we're playing them, like the feelings that you get when you play these games. They blow me away. So that's why so much effort went into that song and that video edit. It's because we genuinely loved it.
Yeah, not like Hollow Knight and Ys II. the game came before the arrangement. Yeah. No, that I think we were saying backstage how much more it's meaningful for you to have like that experience with a game before you go and cover it, and that definitely shone through. I mean, like, chef's kisses all around, you know, like I I don't know what to add to this conversation. You guys had a bunch of other points about stuff that you wanted to talk about. I mean, I guess maybe we can talk a little bit about that video production, Tony. You kind of outdid yourself there.
Yeah, you know, like so the game is very pretty. It's very pretty, and like, you know, I just wanted like a lot to work with. I wanted to make it a really good video. I ended up using like all the cutscenes pretty much, but like I took some time to basically like do like a free flight where you're just literally just flying through the level, and you don't have to do anything. And the game allows you to disable like the captions and the HUD, so that it's just the level, like, and basically kind of like using that, capturing that, and using it as some of the like the background footage, you know, just like flying through the level looks really nice. And you know, like I recaptured some of the cutscenes so I could just have them without the captions. And yeah.
Yeah. And like the general thing to understand about the Ace Combat series, well, there's two things to understand. The first one is that Keiki Kobayashi is a god. He's an incredible composer. His work on the series since Ace Combat 4 has been absolutely mind-blowing every game.
Yep.
Very fresh, very good. play those games, listen to those soundtracks. Second, for those of you who have not played the games, Ace Combat is the type of playing game you make when the only thing you know about airplanes and being a fighter pilot is this famous, super realistic documentary, Top Gun. So, so it's a it's a game about fighting with missiles well into guns range, having loadouts with 150 missiles on the weakest plane in the game. Every every time it would sort of make sense for you to do a Star Wars style trench run, you have to do it. And even if it doesn't make sense, well, you're going to do it anyway, at least twice in every game. So it's all over the top, cheesy, a bit ridiculous, and at the same time, it's super awesome and incredibly sincere, and feels a lot like us,
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
It's big,
Well,
it's big, it's dumb, and you love it.
right. Yeah, no, it's still big and cheesy and over the top, but like in a different flavor than the things that we had done before. And that's,
Yeah.
like after we did this, after we put this together and how it turned out, it's like, wow, like, like what else can we do? What different flavors can we add to the Tiberian Sons mix? And we'll talk about that later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Proper opening of no, I'm not gonna say what I was thinking of. That's gross. But but no, it's like seriously, like I remember hearing that cover because that was originally Reese for Dwelling of Duels as well, and just like thinking like, wow, what the hell? What the hell are these guys doing now? This is just incredible. So it's
Yeah.
really nice to see that transformation.
Yeah, and that's also the point where we decided to, okay, let's try making a video for this.
Yeah.
And it's,
we were just like we had to do something for it because we were so happy with how it turned out, and just
absolutely.
putting it up with like the album art or something felt like not nearly enough, right?
Yeah.
So, and we have these other musicians on it, and it's like, yeah, we should do a full presentation on this song. And I mean, like this video, I think was done, like we started working on the video after we were done with the song, and that was the previous April. It's been almost a year, which is crazy.
Yeah. Jeez. Yep.
But we had the video basically done by I think September, I think. And when we knew we were going to put this EP out, it was like maybe we should use that video to promote the EP when we put it out.
Yeah.
So way forward into March, and now it's finally out.
There you go.
Yeah.
For everybody to enjoy, and I will make sure to get a link to your to your YouTube page just so people know where to go and check that out. Yeah, lots of amazing stuff over there. So definitely there it is. Dropping that in chat now. Head on over there, give them a subscribe, hit that ding dong bell, and give them some good stats straight into their veins.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. I think we are ready to get into the last track of there it is, ding dong. Last track of this EP. Oh my God, we're here already. But this is kind of an unusual treat. The Jump Up Superstar theme is not something that I would have guessed from you guys. But I'm happy to see it nonetheless. Anything to say before we jump into this one?
Connor?
No comments.
Try to catch all the references.
All right.
You won't.
We'll be counting them in the chat, and we'll be comparing numbers after the song. All right, folks, this is Jump Up Superstar from Super Mario Odyssey, the Dank Meme Lords Power Metal Remix. Let's listen.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You can say my head is up to you. Or we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, coin with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the time comes time to swirl, don't head on shadow team, 'cause I'll be your one love girl. Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. Take a turn on the path. Find a yellow navigation to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crown. Taking us right as it moves to the side. Just different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. Come on and jump up in the air. Jump without a care. Jump up 'cause you know that I'll be there. And if you find you're short on joy, don't break, just don't forget that you're still our one love Odyssey, yes, see. Odyssey, yes, see. Odyssey, yes, see. Odyssey, I see. Odyssey, 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 yes, Odyssey, 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 yes. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the fun clouds start to swirl, don't better shed a tear, 'cause I'll be your one love girl. Now listen, all you boys and girls all around the world, don't be afraid to get up and move. You know that we're all superstars. We're the ones who made it this far. It was fun along that race. There's no time to waste, so let's do the
Okay, it all makes sense now why you would choose that as the ending to your EP.
Yes.
Oh man, needs one more quantum hit. Scromock, nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can't like we kind of talked about it about like the order of the album, and it's like, should we do that one last or should we do Devil's Spear last? And and the general consensus was like it would be like real big whiplash going from like a joke song back to a super serious song, and it just feels like you're like just playing it off like good
Yeah.
time party.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that one went last.
Yeah.
for me.
Ace Combat is like probably the better track, and it's but this is just like you said, it's the party send off. It just feels good to end on that note. So
Yeah. It was the only winning move. Was that jump up superstar last? Oh my
it
god.
sure sounds like there's been a lot of winning moves.
Yeah, like I think I've counted 3 or 4 by now. Oh man, but there is only one winning move album that you can get on Bandcamp right now. There it is, link in the chat. If you haven't gone and purchased it, go and do it now. I mean, what you guys are kind of unreasonably listing this at $4 or more, and I highly recommend, of course, as usual, everybody donate $10 to the arts today. So go and pick that up if you haven't already, and that is also available on streaming platforms, is it not?
It is.
It
It is
is.
on all of them. Yes.
There you go.
We did it the legal way.
Yeah. And also the Bandcamp way. But go do the Bandcamp thing, because that's more direct support for artists, of course. Let's get back to Jump Up Superstar. You guys had an incredible guest vocalist on that track. Do you want to tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, so that's Anthony Nuccio, and Anthony and I are really good friends. So we've collabed on a lot of stuff, and I think it was mostly just like a coincidence that both the Ace Combat Devil Spirit track and then Jump Up Superstar track were both for DoD, the contest, during the same month, and I just wanted to enter and like try to go behind Tony's back. Like, I want to try to make something like screw Tony over and like beat him. I'm like, well, I can't do it unless, you know what? I'll bring in vocals. Nobody really does vocals for DoD. It's like, I'll just ask Anthony. And then we happened to, for the actual Tiberian Sons track at that time, we happened to want a female vocalist. I'm like, oh, well, I know Val is an incredible vocalist, Anthony's wife. And so it just turned out that the husband and wife were like against each other in that month in the DoD. But yeah,
December, the husband can never win.
right. That was the downfall, is that I had Anthony and Tony had Val.
I'm back.
So that's kind of why it turned into such a joke track, because I was like, all right, if I'm gonna try to produce something like this, I'm just going to go all in. Every single meme, every single reference, all the shredding, just everything, and the kitchen sink. And I think the best comment I got, which was pretty funny, was that people thought, because there were a lot of samples in there, people thought that the Through the Fire and Flames guitar solo was sampled because it was so on. And so I was like, all right, I did it.
Nice. Pat on the back there. Yeah.
It was live. He did it.
Yeah, well
He
done.
actually played it.
And how many references did we get in the end? Chat, drop your answers, please. We want to know how many memes from the Meme Lord remix that you caught, and maybe Connor can give us the correct answer by the time everyone's
420 references.
420 references, yeah.
Nice.
Basically.
Oh man, one of your tracks was 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I think, actually.
Was it? No, I don't think any of these are shorter than 5.
Or maybe it's one of the ones upcoming. We have some bonus material that we're gonna get to. I guess maybe before I get away from it, I did want to drop a link to said married couple in chat. They are incredible vocalists, both of them, and they do a lot of fun covers. I think, Connor, you were mentioning that they recently covered one from Encanto, the surface pressure one. So definitely go check them out if you like what they do, and go give them some support as well.
Definitely.
Help them get a Vanity Channel URL.
Yeah. I tried to look it up. I was like, is it Valiant Music? YouTube.com/Valiant Music, but it gave me a borked link. So you just get the character vomit there. Awesome Awesome EP, guys. Well done all around. Excellent, epic work as usual. Couldn't expect
Thank you.
anything
Thank you.
less. But you're not done. You guys have been
No.
like talking about it backstage here. You've got a lot of backlog that you want to get to releasing, and you're just gonna kind of see how the year goes in terms of what you're capable of. And you've
Yep.
decided to share with me and then also to the audience here some of the stuff that you are currently working on. So where do we start with this? What do you guys want to dig into first?
So I will say, we probably because we've been talking about this for a while. Because like Connor kind of had alluded to earlier, it's like we have like all these producers in the band. Why aren't we just cranking stuff out? And I mean, me personally is because like I'm a perfectionist, and I've kind of made it like a New Year's resolution to kind of get a handle on that, and just like try to figure out like where the perfectionism is useful and where it's like holding me back. So, we probably have, or at least discussed, 8 or 9 different cover or original albums. Like we have ideas for at least 8 or 9. We have, and the next musical release which will be coming pretty soon, is some original music from us as well as Frank Lepacki. But we don't have a release date yet, but it's coming next. And we unfortunately do not have a sample for that. But we have a sample from some of our other stuff. So, so like when we did the
Hype.
Yeah. Hype for
hype.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
So
Little Connor just quiet in the corner. Hype.
So the next song I think you should play, Josh, is the track we did for the previous MagFest Dwelling of Duels, which is from the game Paper Mario: The Origami King. And this is, I think, another kind of turning point and another just the kind of spurred ideas for what we are leading to now. So this one's called Satan's Office Supplies, Parts 4 and 5.
All right, here it is, folks. Enjoy.
Thank
excuse me. I believe you have my stapler.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, we were just talking backstage about how hard Paper Mario goes. That's an incredible track, and I'm sure a lot of that is lifted from the original material too. Like they did not pull any punches on that soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it is that like I remember a couple people in DoD had commented about that track. They're just like, "Oh wow, Tony did metal Paper Mario," and then they said then they went to listen to the original and like the guitars are there.
Yeah.
The guitars are there, right? So like this I credit Disco Cactus. So like a year ago, we did the whole like line 'em up Paper Mario
God,
big giant collaboration thing because you know we didn't have any Magfest or anything, and so that's where I was first introduced to these tracks. So like they had us do the Legion of Stationary portion of the Origami King, and so after I did that, I was like, I like these songs. I'm gonna go check out the originals, and it was like like the electric guitars like in a Mario soundtrack are kind of rare, but they're all over this particular game, and it's just like all like the Legion of Stationary tracks, like all the battle themes and everything. Like it was like, oh my god, this was written just for me. That's what it felt like. So I should probably announce this is going to be one of our upcoming releases, is doing a number of themes from Paper Mario Origami King. So this was the first one, and it's the last three. It's the last three bosses from the Legion of Stationary, which are like the bosses at the end of each of the section of the game. But we're doing other ones too. We're doing like, it's probably like 13 or 14 songs. Some of them are going to be medley together. We probably can't put it online legally, so it might be like a Bandcamp exclusive or YouTube, or we might just throw it up and hope for the best. So yeah, we are going to be covering quite a bit of Paper Mario Origami King because I loved it, and I think the game was solid and like so much attention to detail. It's just good stuff. It was a good game. I love the music, and we're gonna do a whole album of it. So if you guys want to add anything, we should probably talk about more Ace Combat.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, well, I do want to interrupt that just for a minute, just because we have one legendary man in chat here, and his name happens to be Lightning Arts.
Dick.
That's his given name by his parents, and he graciously did the art that we have all been enjoying so far this evening. Yeah, your parents were weird. What were they thinking? Yeah. Maybe they weren't thinking at all, but folks, I mean, just look at that incredible art. And of course, he's done art for your previous releases as well. He does incredible art for lots of VGM releases, and just like a solid guy. So I just wanted to make sure that we all acknowledged first name Lightning, last name Arts.
So Mr. Arts, as it turns out, is the man behind our entire visual identity. All of the visuals, all the cover art, all the dumb shit with explosions, that's him.
Yeah.
All the insane visual, bizarre video effects that sent all of you into, epilepsy seizures and all that during our concert with Frank Klepacki, that was Mr. Arts as well. Because that's the kind of guy that Lightning is. Because yes, our Lightning is a guy. Deal with it.
Yeah, he's a real staple in the scene. Gotta give credit where credit is due, Lightning Arts. You're a hell of a guy. Thank you for your service, sir. Oh my God. And maybe while you guys are talking about the next track that you want to play, I will be looking up a URL to send. Oh yes, of course, Nate. Yes, we'll link you guys to some of Nate's other work. But yeah, up next is yet another Ace Combat track.
Yeah. So not only are we doing Paper Mario Origami King and mini tracks from it, after we did the Devil's Spear, it was like, man, we should there's so many really just amazing tracks from the soundtracks. Why don't we just do a bunch of those too? So we are working on probably 8 or 9 in total Ace Combat tracks. And this one is from Ace Combat 6. It's only half the song. It's pretty long because we don't do short. This is from Ace Combat 6 called The Liberation of Grace Maria.
All right, folks, and we'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. Well, that's very true to form, I think. You know, like your first Ace Combat track that we heard tonight had kind of like that epic build up with the orchestration and stuff like that, and just like hearing only half that track, I can't wait to hear more. That's really ramping up to something epic.
Yeah, we're doing a lot. There's like so many good tracks on the Ace Combat soundtrack, so we're definitely doing all the hits, all the really popular Ace Combat tracks on that. So we're
So
really
that's
excited
about
about it.
8 hours of music.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm in charge of the Paper Mario and Ace Combat albums, but Connor is working on an album right now, and he's in charge of all the remixes, and it's World of Warcraft. So I'll let Connor talk about that.
Nice.
Yeah, so we kind of mentioned before, it's like we're starting to get into, I mean, a lot of different things, but a lot of music where we've been playing the games and we're really into the games and notice a difference, at least in like, I don't know, what we put into those covers. So we've been kind of doing that a bit more, right? Connecting with the games that we connected with, and let's do music from that. And so that's why now suddenly we've branched out into like so many simultaneous projects. But it's been awesome. It's been maybe more motivating even. And like we mentioned earlier, so doing the Devil Spear track from Ace Combat 7 was such a turning point because the sound was a little different, a little more electronic. And of course, we're going to continue doing the stuff we do, but you're starting to hear a lot more different sounds now in our covers. So it's been great. And so this track I think that we're going to play is it's called Serpent Riders, but it has some other motifs from World of Warcraft. It's from the Mists of Pandaria expansion. And this one was kind of tough to like work up in our style. And I just did like a crash course in figuring out like and just scratched the surface of like music theory for traditional Chinese music, which was very interesting because there's a lot of things like there's no underlying chordal structure sometimes, there's no harmonies at all like we think of it. So I'm like, oh great, like the ways that we make our stuff epic just by layering and layering, it's like I can't totally do that for this. So it was a lot of fun working on it though, and yeah, it even has a little disco section. Like after we did that in Ace Combat, apparently we can't get away from it. So
Right, and you played this like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
On bonus stage, right?
That's right. I kind of debuted it there. I performed on bonus stage here. So yeah, maybe some have heard it, but yeah, it's a fun track to work on. I think I did this in like a week basically. So that's the pace we've been going at, and that's why we have so much stuff coming up soon.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's debut it again. Here it is, folks. This is Serpent Riders from World of Warcraft. Oh my God, we're just having so much exciting discussion backstage that we can't share with any of you, but we are sharing a lot of really cool stuff besides. Connor, that is an incredible piece there, dude, and well done on the arrangement and the performance.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just for me that game, and especially that expansion was just so incredible, and I played so much. I probably shouldn't log in and do a slash played on my main tune. Let's just say, but it shows in the arrangement, like that middle section. I was like, I got to get this right because, I have to. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well done. So you guys all contributed your parts to that already, or was that all Connor's?
That's all
VST?
Connor for now. Yeah, like a lot of the initial like DoD versions of these songs are like maybe just me, and sometimes Connor will like throw a guitar solo on. It depends on like everybody's schedule if they have the time, and if like we can get it done quick enough that everybody else has time to do it. A lot of times it just gets slid in at the last minute.
Yeah. So technically that's like a demo at this point.
Yeah, that's
and I don't know if we have any DODers in chat, so maybe I shouldn't reveal. That's my go-to move with when Tony enters. I'm like, can I do a guitar solo on that? Just ride the coattails and get those medals.
Oh,
the secret's out.
Yeah, there we go. You heard it here first. Oh man.
We actually did another World of Warcraft track last August. I was part of that too.
That's right.
So that will be on this World of Warcraft album. We won't play it, but if you guys want to go to Dwelling of Duels, I might try to pull the link up, and if you guys want to listen to that,
dwellingofduels.net. Yeah. Here, let me make sure because I have links are only available for mods because I don't like spam and that kind of stuff.
Because nobody trusts Max.
Let me see if I can just mod you here really quick, just so you can get that link in there, bud.
But yeah, that's where a lot of these. That's how this, I guess, new phase of like music kind of started. Is we had this backlog catalog from DoD. It's like we got to release some of this. Yeah. So some of it is kind of out there, but we're reworking them. But then that was like the launching point to all this brand new stuff.
Yeah, and I'm sensing like a lot of like groups of tracks from different games and stuff like that. Is that just like happenstance that you're starting to accumulate all these covers from these different soundtracks, or is it more like, oh, I like this soundtrack, we should cover A, B, and C?
Yeah, I think it's like, well, we did like one track from a game, and it's like, well, why don't we just do more of these? Because these are great. And so that's why we're like, yeah, let's just do whole albums. And it's it's just the reality is the internet is kind of like a numbers game now. So like if we are only doing like one remix every few months, like we won't get out there as much as if we have like a lot of covers of this caliber out there. So that's what we're trying to do. As a side note, I just kind of want to mention that when I met Connor, he and I were backup TSO members, like in 2011. We were super young, and we started the same year, and we also happen to have the same birthday. And when we met, like I discovered like, oh, Connor, makes like a lot of the same music that I do, like this ridiculous, over the top, orchestral, cheesy power metal sort of stuff. And I'm just like, well, this guy definitely belongs. Like when I put it together to Tiberian Sons, like that guy's got to be in it because we make the same stuff. So yeah, now we're combining our skills.
Nice.
There were a lot of coincidences,
Yeah.
And when did
our powers combined, we're Captain Planet.
Well, you're missing. You're one member short. Oh, that's Frank. Sorry. Yeah, Frank is. Frank brings what? The heart, I think. That's the.
Yeah.
That's definitely his element. Bite the symbol. Yeah. Well, when did Max and Travis come along then?
So, this band was put together. Like Travis and I have been playing together since we were like 13 years old.
Oh yeah, long time.
Pretty long time, yeah. So it was for MagFest 2015. I think was the first time where it's like, let's put together a band. I have these orchestral metal arrangements I want to play for MagFest, and I knew it's like, well, Connor's definitely going to play guitar on this, and Travis is definitely going to play drums. And then I was like, well, then I had to decide because I'm a professional bass player. Otherwise, do I do bass or do I do guitar? And my thought was that it would probably be better for me to do guitar because I already know these parts. The guitar parts are fairly difficult, so trusting like a guitar player from out of state to get them down, maybe maybe not, but it might be safer for me to play guitar and get a bass player to do the bass stuff live. So
And cheaper too, I bet.
I asked Max, and Matt, I asked Max if he wanted to do it, and he was way into it, and so the first thing we ever did together was MagFest 2015. And we've obviously done some things since then, but like contrary to what the internet believes, we're not just Frank Lepacki's backup band. We've actually been an entity since at least 2014, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and here we are right now, this very moment, establishing you guys as not Frank Lepacki's backup band. Maybe I can get him to sign his
we
name.
love working with Frank.
I'll get him to sign his name in
Entered the
Sharpie
chat.
and just like wipe it out off my shirt.
Frank comes in, I've been summoned.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, before we get into the last track that we have to share tonight, you guys, I think, wanted to share some of the other projects that you're currently working on. I think Nate kind of spoiled one earlier in chat regarding Soundfall.
Yeah.
Are we going to get into that, or is that still NDA?
Well, Nate talked about it, so I think we can talk about it.
He's the one who gets sued now.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're on a game called an upcoming game called Soundfall. We wrote one original track for it, and we're working on a video for it as well. Travis has 5 original tracks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and we would definitely love to get into other games. So we are available if you are developing a game. And we have a lot of varying skills actually in the Tiberian Sons. Like Travis has a lot of Travis is a composer. He also has a lot of implementation experience for games. I'm a mixing engineer and composer. Connor's a composer, and Max will do your game bible. He will design the game for you. You just have to do all the coding. But yeah, we would love to get into more actual game music. That's one of the motivators for us putting out a lot more material as well. So if you're developing a game, hit us up.
Yeah. Call the Tiberian Sons. Get on that ding-a-ling and hit the ding-dong on their YouTube and all the... Sorry. Oh, gosh. Yeah, folks, we're coming to the end of the night here. If you have any questions for the band, be it about this release, be it about anything that's upcoming, or anything in their past, be it personal or professional, get those all saved up, and we'll try to answer them after this next track. I think we've got some more Paper Mario coming at you.
That's right. This is one of the upcoming songs never before heard. This is a bonus stage exclusive. So this is the second part of the Legion of Stationary portion of the album. So this is if you're familiar with the game, it's the Missile Maestro and Elastic Entertainer themes. Again, never before heard. Bonus stage exclusive. Ask us some questions and we'll be back after this track plays.
After these messages. All right, folks, here it is. Enjoy. Oh my God, that's epic. I can't believe that that's going to be coming on the album before the other one that we heard. Oh man, the Paper Mario soundtrack just friggin' slaps. Honestly, you guys do it really good too. Don't get me wrong, you guys do it really friggin' good too.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what you guys have to expect. That is the demo quality. I mean, it feels weird saying that. That is some great quality on a demo. But that's what you have to expect from a as of yet undetermined release for some Paper Mario from the Tiberian Sons. Yeah, what's the rest of the year looking like for you guys in terms of like actually putting this stuff out? Are you kind of like ballparking stuff at the moment, or not safe to say?
Yeah, it's very loose. I'm not like don't commit to anything. Currently, it's like probably like midsummer for Paper Mario. We have some other things coming out within the next few months, like other videos and the yet to be announced Frank the Packy and Tiberian Sons original release. We got some videos coming up, but the Paper Mario one will be the next cover release for sure.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably Ace Combat, or it just depends on if Connor gets World of Warcraft finished before that. Then that might come
Yeah,
out.
it's a race.
Yeah. That's healthy competition to see who can who's faster at completing their album.
Yeah. Half of the reason why we're eventually going to turn into a disco band is the copious amounts of cocaine we're going to have to resort to just to get those arrangements finished in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can definitely rely on the residuals from this release to fuel those addictions and make sure that your future success is assured.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I'm going to train my kids to play parts of my bass parts, and so I can record more stuff in less time.
yeah, that's what your kids are for, is just to offload labor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think so.
Yeah, man. Travis knows what I'm talking about. He too has twins.
why do you think Max and Travis are having twins? Like,
Yeah. The more the
Come on.
merrier.
It's the life pro tip. Get twins and get more labor done at the same time.
Well, that's
As we know, it gives you so much more free time.
I'm gonna train my dog to master the albums.
Perfect.
Well, what do you think Travis's dog is doing behind him?
oh
He's the intern.
My drum
Yeah.
tech. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
buddy.
you're doing great. Great job.
You're a
That's a
good boy.
glorious dog, by the way.
Copper. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
Copper.
Copper.
you have two, right?
Yep. Moose made an appearance briefly.
Oh,
Moose!
Well, does
Bye.
anybody have any questions in the chat? We'll hang out for a little bit, see if anybody wants to ask us anything. Otherwise,
otherwise
See
we'll
ya
just
on
sit
the
here
flip
in
side.
silence, just fold our arms and look
just
cool.
awkwardly. You guys ever watch Always Sunny? It's the
Yeah.
episode where they all try to do podcasts. It's like dead air. Danny DeVito. See, the Always Sunny, they actually start doing a legit podcast, and it's amazing because it's basically like the three main actors just sitting around and talking, and it's basically like the same level of humor. But yeah, it's good. I see a question. Adamantoy17, what's your favorite game in the Command and Conquer series? We should go around. We should definitely go around. I'll start. Mine was Red Alert, 100%. First one I played, so obviously huge nostalgia factor there, and Hell March, right? That's where it all began. So I started playing Command and Conquer when I was like 7 or 8. So it's cool that we're friggin' working with Frank now.
Yeah, that's a child's dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
same
gotta
here.
agree. Same. Yeah.
we're all like, the age where it's like, all right, red alert.
Yeah. That's where it started.
Gonna disagree with that. And for basically the same reason as you guys, except my first one was Tiberian Dawn, the OG Command and Conquer.
Oh yeah.
And so, even though I agree that Red Alert is a better game all around, it just plays better. It's they knew what they were doing slightly more with that. The fact remains that the original one has that very cool, edgy 90s future tech feel, which the installation program sold me forever on the franchise.
Yeah.
It felt like you were hacking into the Gibsons with your computer with your 486 and and double speed CD-ROM drive.
Yeah, I think that was actually my first game, and I think it was actually like my first introduction to RTS generally. And I remember, like in elementary, like if you did really well in class, sometimes the teacher would let you go waste time in the computer lab while all the other kids finished their work and stuff, and so I would like go in and do that. And yeah, I remember like loading it up. I don't know why Command and Conquer was installed on a school computer.
Thinking like,
Why wouldn't it be?
Nice.
I must have had some really cool teachers back then that I was not aware of. But yeah, that was my introduction, and yeah, I grew to love Red Alert 2 because that's what I actually got to play a lot more of. I didn't get very far in my spare school time with that Command and Conquer title, but that was definitely what kicked things off for me.
That's because you didn't know the sandbag cheese.
The what? Sorry.
The sandbag cheat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned about it later on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, one of my like programming classes, I VNC'd into my home computer and played Red Alert 2. Like,
Oh man. That's
yeah,
awesome.
but I mean, because it's like VNC in like 2005 or something, it played at like 8 frames a second, if that. But
Take
it
that,
was still
Stadia.
just because I could, and because
It almost went from RTS to turn-based.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have some nightmare stories about running emulators that could not be played properly on the hardware I was using. Like I think I beat Final Fantasy IV, like got to max level 99, and I was playing at like a frame rate of 2
Oh,
with no
gosh.
sound. With no sound. The music in that game, I mean, yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Well, that's great. I have a question that I'd like to hear from each member of the band. What is a game that you are playing or that you have played recently that is or has kicked your ass?
Kicked my ass.
Elden Ring. I mean, that's ruining my life right now.
I mean, you signed up for that. You knew what you were
yeah.
getting into.
When I was like, there's so much things to do. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna download it and I'm gonna play it for 5 minutes and that's it. And my life is ruined and I'm behind on everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, kicking my ass is a given. Yeah.
Yeah. Hollow Knight obviously kicked my ass. That was about a year ago. I'm playing Smash Brothers right now. I have a lot of friends who are just really good at it, and I think I'm just realizing I'm never going to be that good at it. Because some people get really deep into it and like learning all the moves and everything, and I was playing it for shits. But like even like the World of Light, whatever like solo player mode thing is like, I suck. I definitely suck. I'm just a button masher.
After ignoring the game for 4 years, which was my loss, I finally picked up Celeste.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And so, sort of as I feared, the story doesn't do anything for me, but the game underneath is so good that it doesn't matter. It's hard. I'm currently working through the B-sides. I'm almost at the end of the Summit B-side. It's kicking my ass, but in a very nice, relaxing way. I like that you can just play it for like 5 minutes, progress 1 or 2 screens, and move on with your day. It suits itself very well to being played in small bursts
Mhm.
with which that life makes very attractive. Also, the soundtrack is incredible, but I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know because Lena Raine is so good.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yep.
I recently went back to A Link to the Past, and I'm playing it with my son. And
That's
that
awesome.
makes it hard. But it's so funny. I haven't played like any classics in quite a while, so it's like getting into that mindset a little bit again. It's kind of made it like harder. I'm like, oh man, I used to be good at this, and now I'm used to like there's a cinematic, and it's like, oh, hold or mash this. Oh yeah, okay. It's like we're just like trained to do. It's on easy mode, everything. So just going back to like a staple like that has been harder than I should admit.
Oh man, sometimes it's hard to go back far in gameplay just because, like, yeah, games used to be harder. I mean, like,
Definitely.
I mean, then you have things like Elden Ring, right? And then, people
Yeah.
are trying to get back to that a little bit, but like almost as a rule, games used to be so much more harder. We got a question from first name Lightning, last name Arts. What's the hardest song in your catalog that you just really do not want to play or not ever play again?
Oh man, we should answer that. We should like each answer what's the personal hardest song for everybody. Oh boy, I think when we've played Dancing Mad, that one's really hard. There's a lot of really hard lead guitar stuff. I think I'm pretty sure I remember like when we played, our arrangement's called Prancing Dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we played that in MagFest 2015, I remember like there's one lead guitar part where I was just like struggling to keep it together. And like, I'm going to drop my pick. Oh my God, I'm going to drop my pick. But I just barely got through it. So it's, playing.
Yeah.
I would say Dancing Mad is a pain in the ass.
And when you lose those picks, they're gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the only reason we got through it is because I happened to be living with Tony at the time. And so, I was like, I think I was teaching just like part time at a school of rock. And so it's like, all right, let's just practice this one song for the next few months. You know what I mean? So that's like how we kind of, we were able to pull it off. But that was pretty brutal.
Yeah. It is the most difficult thing I've ever played. I definitely do want to play it again, though, because Dancing Mad is the greatest end boss theme of all time. And, if the price for playing this is, being in pain for 14 minutes straight and having nothing go through your head except the words "fuck you, Tony," it's a price that I pay gladly. It's the most difficult thing. It's the most difficult individual thing I've played on the stage, and it's one of my proudest memories as a musician.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too was, Prancing Dad.
Unanimous.
But I do think though that, as difficult as it is, I would never not want to play it again.
Right.
I think it's so satisfying to get to the end of it. But I do think as hard as that song is, I think all of our like upcoming catalog, at least from a drumming perspective, is way more difficult. So I think, as challenging as some of our older material is, it's way harder moving forward. Especially Hollow Knight, I think, is like the double bass drum chops burnout track.
Yeah.
So
isn't that the one where as soon as Tony had arranged it, he like sent it and said, Travis, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was heavily compelled to like throw a blast beat in there. Really just like for like 2 measures, but
yeah. Oh,
well, you know what though? And we've been doing that more to Travis, like, because when Travis had to go back and redo Jump Up Superstar, which we played tonight, had like thrown in like gravity bombs and stuff on the drums, you know.
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It used to be ActRaiser was like my
Mm-hmm.
double bass workout, like kind of standard. If I can get through ActRaiser, I'm good to go. But yeah, Hollow Knight's a whole new level.
We never played that one live, did we?
Mhm.
Not
Such a
actually,
shame.
no.
We should.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Um,
Yeah, there's
as mentioned
definitely,
earlier, Yuzo Koshiro. Wow.
yeah, more Yuzo.
Yeah.
There's definitely, we definitely have some songs on the upcoming Frank and Sons release that they're just difficult for everybody. But
Yep.
like it was just the way the arrangements turned out, because again, we just kind of wanted to make them like big and ridiculous in their own right. But they're a little different than the stuff that we've released in the past. But like for some of the for some of the Paper Mario, like Paper Mario and Ace Combat stuff, I'm trying to be a little nicer to Travis, so it's easier to slot him in with these drum parts.
That's nice. And I do want to take a minute to say hello, thank you to Bitforce Band. Thanks for the raid. Nice to see you and some new folks in chat. We are here with the Tiberian Sons, and we kind of wish you had been here a little bit earlier. We've been having a EP release listening party for their latest release, The Only Winning Move. Tony's kindly dropped the link in chat there, so if you're curious about it, definitely go check it out. And we're just kind of taking questions for the band. I did see one earlier as well. I believe it was from Kent over at Ongaku Overdrive. He asks, do you guys ever have Tiberian Sons game nights? If so, what do you all play together?
No, but we should.
We should.
We
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely should. I mean, I've definitely talked about like we should all do like a multiplayer Command and Conquer thing. But I think when we've talked about that idea, we've all been like, well, but I suck. And then like Connor's like, yeah, but I suck too. It's like we would all suck. We'd all be really bad. Maybe that'd be entertaining.
We thought
in its
about
own right, but
Tiberian Sons does Tiberian Sun, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We should probably at some point just do
A
that.
Soundfall night. That's got to come up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Oh
That'd
yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
You know what was a good multiplayer game, and Nate was taking part in this. There's a shoot 'em up on Steam called Jamestown, and I know you guys would love the soundtrack to this game. It's really epic and kind of like very much up your alley. But it is a 4-player multiplayer shoot 'em up, and it's really good. It's a great challenge, beautiful pixel art. The setting is kind of like colonial, but you're on Mars and stuff like that, so it's got some really cool style to it. Yeah, Nate, that was absolutely a blast. We should do something like that again, but it's pretty affordable on Steam, and like actually I think you can, even if one person has it, everyone else can remote play in.
Nice.
So
Nice.
and like even especially for a shoot 'em up, you might be worried about latency, but it's really responsive, and that's my pitch for Jamestown. Definitely go grab that if you want to have a band game night. That was a huge blast.
I agree.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, we might have played that with Chris from Carbohydra M too. He's obviously a big shmup fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when did we play that, Nate? I think that was like almost a year ago now. Oh man, it's been too long. Folks, I'm kind of like looking at winding things down here a little bit. But yeah, guys, Tiberian Sons, Tony, Connor, Max, Travis, any final thoughts about anything that we've talked about here tonight? I mean, we've feels like we've covered a lot of material.
Just go check out our EP, especially for the new people that just entered the chat, and we got a lot planned out.
Mm-hmm.
So follow us, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so that you guys know when we're gonna drop the next stuff, because there's stuff coming soon.
Yeah,
Like,
Lots of exciting stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
And check out the VOD on bonus stage when it's ready, just because there was a lot of the demos and teasers and stuff we played here that's not
Yeah,
out.
some
so.
exclusive stuff.
Absolutely. I'm gonna try and get this VOD like uploaded pretty much right when we're done here. Yeah,
Cool.
but I think you guys mentioned your next release is gonna be like a video for YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a handful of videos that we're putting together, and a couple other miscellaneous music releases, including one with some original music with the one and only Frank Klepacki. It's coming soon. Yeah, and yeah, so some videos coming up, and then the next cover release after this will be Paper Mario Origami King. And Josh, I sent you another World of Warcraft just link directly to the one that Connor and I did last August, and you can probably play that out with that one.
Awesome. Yeah, I will do. All you guys, it's been a huge pleasure. Love having these listening parties. Thank you for agreeing to do one with me. It's been really nice just chatting with you all this evening. So thank you for taking the time, especially those of you who have kids and stuff like that, for being here tonight, and wishing you all the best and more success with your latest release. Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah,
you.
thank you,
Thanks for having
Josh.
us.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it again sometime. Can't wait for it in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fill up your schedule.
All right. Hey, let's do it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
into it. All right. Cool, guys. Yeah, I've been Josh. This is Bonus Stage. Thanks for being here for Let's Listen. We're gonna ride out with this other track from more Tiberian Sons, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.